Hey Refiner, I missed you guys last week. You guys were learning about how to share your faith and that kind of stuff, and I really didn't want to share with you with what I had. It was just not right. I was hurting all weekend, but Saturday through even lunchtime on Monday, I was not feeling the greatest. So I wanted to get my face in front of you. Wanted to give you a couple of announcements. A couple of things before Sunday. We might even show this Sunday night as well. And I also wanted to play with, the toy that Mike has, a new camera. And so he's actually being very gracious and letting me do the first footage on this new camera. So if you are following along in your district's Ephesians challenge, today is Thursday, the day I'm filming this, and we're reading Ephesians 6, 1 through 4 today. So I figured I'd just share that with you, kind of talk about it just for a second. It won't be too long, and then we will keep on going with announcements. But it says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you, that you may live long in the land. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in discipline and instruction of the Lord." The Apostle Paul looks at the commandment of honoring your father and mother, and he gives a little commentary in there that says, hey, this is the first commandment that actually has a promise tied to it. And I think it's, in addition to being a promise, it's just kind of a statement of fact. It says, honor your father and mother, because it will go well for you, and you will live long in the land. Basically, hey, things are going to go pretty good for you if you're honoring your father and mother, and they won't kick you out. And so that is important to understand and to see that that the goal is to glorify God in our interaction with our parents. And to be honest, it doesn't get any easier when you become an adult and you become a parent yourself. And honoring your parents, it doesn't get any easier. But it's a challenge, a commandment that God has given us. A week from this Sunday is the Super Bowl. We are going to crown the Super Bowl champion at the Super Bowl party. And the NFL may have a football game going on that we'll be showing. But what is more important is the Super Bowl party that we're having. We're challenging you guys to bring bowls of soup or stew or chili. And we're going to have a taste testing of all this different kinds of soup and chili and stews. And we're going to crown the Super Bowl champion. Don't be like some coaches in the NFL that find it okay to cheat. Don't just go grab soup from, Olive Garden or something like that. Make your own soup. But asking your parents is not cheating. This could be a family affair of getting together the great-grandma's secret recipe of wild rice and cheddar soup. My grandma always made that. I was not a fan, but maybe your great-grandma or your grandma has a secret recipe that you want to share with us, or at least allow us to taste. So bringing your parents or family recipe is not cheating, but going somewhere and just buying soup, come on, man. Starting in February, we're gonna be kicking off our series of love, sex, and dating. We're going to be doing two different focuses for the series. There will be a focus for the middle school where we will address Imago Dei, the image of God, and we'll look at what that means to be created in the image of God. Because so much of the issues of sex and purity and the temptations comes from a misunderstanding of that image of God and that holiness, that purity. And so we're going to look at that. And with the high school, we're going to address the real life and the digital life issues. We're going to address some hard-hitting topics like pornography, sexting, relationship boundaries. And so we're going to address the real life and also the digital life. my hope is that with a biblical understanding of marriage, purity, and sex, that it would help you students to navigate the unique pressures that you face in both digital and the real life. So I want to help and give you the tools to navigate through the challenges, the unique challenges, because the challenges that you face on a daily basis are completely different than what I faced when I was your age. The lessons series will be available for parents to pick up on February 5th. So I understand that it's a series you might have questions about. What is Ryan really going to talk about? Well, we'll have the big ideas and the passages that we'll be addressing throughout the month of February. Lastly, I want to talk to the high school students right now. If you are interested in going on the mission trip to Dominican Republic, the dates are June 30th to July 8th or 9th, depending on flights. We are accepting applications. There might be some issues with some notaries and that kind of stuff needs to get notarized, and that's fine with the application. I just want to get the paperwork going and have the CCB app filled out and at least the Time Ministries app somewhat filled out so we can move forward. Continue to be in prayer as we buy plane tickets, as we work with another church that's going and how we're going to split up the chapel work, and also be in prayer for the fundraising because we got some things in store in plans for fundraising that I'm really hoping that most of the funds can be raised for this trip. The goal for the cost will be $1,500 to $1,800. It shouldn't be any more than $1,800 at the top end, but we'll have a quick meeting this Sunday right after church, touch base with those who are in the process of filling out their applications and serious about this, so that we can address future meetings and so we can talk about fundraising and support letters and that kind of stuff. So find me after church. I'll be in the gym or the East Foyer, and then we'll come up to the refinery, and it'll be a quick meeting. And then you guys can go get lunch and possibly come back and play some volleyball or floor hockey this week for open gym. Again, I missed you guys so much last week. It was killing me being at home. But I'm excited about this next series that we're doing, about sharing our faith with this series that we're currently doing. I've been praying for the Super Bowl party, so bring your friends. Excited. I've been praying for, it's been on my heart, this Love, Sex, and Dating series. And I've just been praying for it like crazy, excited to see how God moves. But also excited to see how God is going to move through Refinery this year. So, hopefully you had a great week, and see you at Refinery. Love you, bye.